Welcome to the SharkPreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Green. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Green is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
Do you want to become insanely successful? Do you want to be the go-to guru in your industry? Do you want to be talked about for all the right reasons? For over 40 years, Kevin Harrington has helped people just like you become significant influencers. Now he's broken the process down in the Key Person of Influence roadmap, and it's yours for free. Just text KPI to him at 727-888-2100. Text KPI to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free step-by-step guide. Text KPI to 727-888-2100 to get the recognition you deserve and experience the success as the go-to voice everyone listens to in your industry today.
Welcome to the SharkPreneur podcast. This is your co-host, Seth Green. Today I have the good fortune to be joined by David Koifman, the VP of Business Development at Kickfurther. He works directly with hundreds of growing product brands to understand their needs and structure funding co-ops. And he also builds strategic partnerships that enable efficient acquisition channels and address the challenges faced by the growing CPG businesses. David, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, Seth. Thanks for having me today.
Our pleasure. Let's go back in time a little bit. How did you get started?
So I was not one of the founders, but I've been with Kickfurther for 2.5 years. The company started with our CEO, Sean, encountering the same problem that we now solve for all our clients. So he was growing a merchandising company, and as his order sizes increased, he needed more and more capital to pay for production. And going out to market for financing was very challenging for him. The only capital he had access to was really, really expensive and cut into his margins, basically, eclipsing his entire profit. So simultaneously, his sister ran a Kickstarter campaign, and with not much more than a 3D printed model and a YouTube video, raised $30,000. And so what Sean did was combine these two concepts to build Kickfurther, which is a platform where we bring businesses and backers together to fund production. And now, different from Kickstarter or Indiegogo or traditional crowdfunding models, where a business is going to identify product market fit, fund their first production run, and actually sell product to the backers in the campaign. What we do is after they're through that, or if somebody's gotten started and really seen fast growth, they want to produce product that they're going to sell on Amazon, on Shopify. They're going to sell to wholesale accounts. So they're making product that they're going to be selling through whatever sales channels they have established already. And that's where Kickfurther comes in. So the backers in our deals are buying into this product, but they're not actually taking delivery of it. They're just buying it for the business. And then the business sells it to their existing customers and pays back those backers on Kickfurther with a profit.
Okay, so in essence, you've got a network of investors, for lack of a better term, who are willing to lend, peer-to-peer lend the money through your platform, and then to merchants who need the money to get inventory or fund orders, and then we're paying the investors back. And you said profit, is that an interest rate? Is that profit? So how does that work?
So our deals are structured using a consignment agreement. And essentially what's happening is we are buying inventory for the business, and all the backers are participating in this consignment agreement. So each person is buying a small portion of the inventory that goes to fund the entire deal. We buy that inventory and then consign it to the business to sell on our behalf. So as the business makes their stuff and then sells through it, that triggers the consignment, and then they pay back Kickfurther, and we distribute the funds to the backers. So what the backers receive is the cost of goods back plus the consignment profit. So, and what that means in practice is that you don't have to be an accredited investor to participate on Kickfurther. You just have to be able to buy the product as you are actually doing in the consignment agreement. So which means basically anybody can participate on Kickfurther. If you're in the US over 18, you can actually buy in with a credit card, which is really cool. Obviously, we're not encouraging people to, go use a credit card to go into debt to participate on Kickfurther. But the benefits of using your credit card, if you're not using it in that way, is you get an extra 30 days of float, and you can earn points while you're profiting through Kickfurther. So it's pretty cool.
All right. So do I have to be selling physical goods as a merchant in order for this to work?
Yes. So the inventory that we consign is the collateral in these deals. And so we can't work with like service providers or SaaS model or anything like that. So it is true inventory financing.
Okay. And then you mentioned the consignment profit. How is that determined?
It's basically a decision that we make with the business owner. At the end of the day, the business owner decides what they want to offer. But what we look at is the market appetite. So we look at Kickfurther, what's been funding, how fast it's been funding, and we decide, what they want to go out at. If it's a first deal for a business, it's generally a little bit higher offer. And then as you earn credibility with these backers, you can bring down your price. So one of the benefits of using Kickfurther is cost goes down pretty substantially over time. So the prices range somewhere from like 0.8 to 2% a month to the backers. So you can translate that to an IRR if you're looking to participate as a backer.
All right. So what do you like best about what you do?
I love working with our clients. I mean, everybody that I talk to that's a business owner is really passionate about something that they decided to go and make. And they're generally earlier stage, but have seen really good success. So these are happy times for them. And it's the type of person that does this is somebody who's worked hard their whole lives and then decided they're going to drop everything that they were doing. Maybe they were at some corporate gig because they made something special that people wanted. And then it just took off. And so, these entrepreneurs are really hardworking people. They're all making something different. They're all working through supply chain for the most part for the first time, and then exploring logistics for the first time. How do I sell this stuff? How do I finance my business? And coming into this with the perspective of working with hundreds, maybe thousands of other companies who are going through this, I have some information that can be helpful to them, and I can help them with funding their business and helping them grow. So it's really cool. Like, I know we're a finance company, but at the end of the day, we're helping business owners make their businesses grow faster. So it's really fun.
That's awesome. So are there any restrictions in terms of minimums? Do I need to be doing a certain dollar annual revenue or sales volume? Do I need to have a certain percentage of margin I can afford to pay? How does that work? Do I have to have a certain amount of inventory I want financed?
Yeah. So our deal size is $20,000 minimum. Usually deals range from the 20K to 500K deal size. We work with clients anywhere from 150,000 in sales up to 15 million. So there's a wide range of like when you've just done a couple production runs and things are really taking off until you're selling like a number of different product lines across a number of different sales channels. There's, those higher revenue clients that come to us, they're growing so fast and introducing new products where like they have a line of credit with a bank that's a really good rate, but the bank looks at their, the business history and they've been around 2 or 3 years and they just don't have that credibility to get all the capital they need to grow as fast as they can grow. So that's where Kickfurther comes in handy. It's like, they could be growing faster by using our capital to buy more inventory, to start new product lines. And so that allows us to work with a client for years and through a pretty large phase of their growth. So our average client does over 4 deals, which is really good, from a standpoint of, do we provide value? Yeah, somebody comes to us, they take our capital, they pay it back, and then they want to do it again. So it's clear that most of the businesses using Kickfurther have a really great experience.
So that speaks volumes to obviously what you're doing. If the businesses are renewing and quote unquote borrowing the money again, and the backers are continuing to loan that business money because they're getting paid back, everybody wins.
The marketplace is working, which is very exciting. Yeah. And you know, the fact that the cost goes down with each subsequent deal means that, you know, their price gets better. And then the other thing is when you're running this type of business, you know, as you introduce new products and as you sell through things, you're going to be placing multiple orders per year, right? So it's very helpful to be able to come back and do a number of different deals with different timelines. You know, like I'm placing an order with this supplier that's in China that takes 2 months to produce and then a month on the water and then 3 months to sell through, right? So that's a 6-month deal. And then my other supplier is here in the US and it takes them 1 month to produce and then I sell through that in 4 months. That's a 4-month deal, right? So you have like a number of different timelines that are sort of overlapping and happening at the same time. And you need to manage cash flows to be able to pay for all that production and then take in the money from those sales. So that's really what Kickfurther is addressing, is that gap in time between when you paid for your stuff and when you get paid for it. And as you have different products and that's happening in within different timelines for each product, then you're able to manage that through solutions like Kickfurther and, you know, whatever other financing you have in place.
That makes a lot of sense. From the investor side, how is this different from peer-to-peer lending or some of those other group lending sites where it's not necessarily backed by any inventory? I'm just getting an interest rate. How is this different?
Oh, it's different in that you're participating in a consignment agreement. So we have a lot of people that are experts in their fields that participate in Kickfurther because, you know, they have an expertise in distribution or supply chain. And they understand, you know, what margins are, what opportunities are to sell these kinds of things. And that benefits them in a way where they look at a deal and the description that the business owner puts up and they say, this is a deal I want to participate in. I believe in this company. So it's really fun from that standpoint. And they believe they have an expertise, but also, you know, anybody can come in. I have friends and family who are participating who have no relation to this industry, but it's just like, you can go in, read a description, send a message directly to the business owner, get a reply right away, and then buy into this deal. So it's a unique experience where you can earn money and support a business without being a VC or, you know, some professional investor.
All right, that makes a lot of sense. What are you seeing in terms of trends in the marketplace? Are your businesses coming back faster and more often now, and that we're recording this during the COVID-19 crisis? Do they need more inventory? Are their sales up? Are their sales down? And then let's start with that.
So it depends on a number of factors. You know, it really depends on the product category. If somebody's making a suitcase right now, you're probably not selling that many because people aren't traveling that much, right? But if you're making some sort of, you know, useful device at home, like exercise equipment or food that you can order online, you know, these kinds of things, their sales are skyrocketing right now. And there's other factors like, you know, where are you manufacturing? What is the state of your factory right now? Are they at work? Are they not at work? You know, are they in a category that's growing fast where they're overwhelmed with orders and they're pushing you back, right? So there's a number of different factors that we all take into consideration when we're building these deals so that we can set up our clients for success. But it's all across the board. You know, some businesses are negatively impacted, some businesses are positively impacted. Overall, you know, we had a pretty rough couple weeks right when everything got locked down, just because I believe, you know, people were uncertain of what was going to happen, so they were hesitant to deploy capital into whatever opportunities they have. And more recently, things are really almost back to normal, where businesses are going up. We have a lot of repeat clients, a lot of exciting new clients, and deals are funding fast. And when I say fast, our average funding time is less than an hour.
Wow.
Yeah. When our deal goes up, we have users that subscribe to receive notifications. And so they'll get an email and they'll go to their computer right away and buy in to even have the opportunity to participate.
What's the average length of time where I would, as a backer, put my money in and then get it out?
So the deals range from 2 to 10 months, and that really depends on how long it takes a business to make their stuff and then sell through it. So each timeline is customized based on projections from the business owner. Average time is 5.5 months.
And how are the business owners looking for financing finding you?
So we have a number of different acquisition channels, a lot of referrals from existing clients, from their VC investors, from partnerships that we have. We attend trade shows, we run digital ads. So we have a pretty robust marketing campaign that we're scaling right now. The last 2 years have been really big growth years for us, and we're continuing on that trajectory, and very exciting.
Awesome. And would those same channels pretty much apply on the investor side as well?
Honestly, we haven't put that much into acquiring backers. The reason is they kind of just join on their own. So we do have a referral program out. So anybody who sends their link to a friend will make $10, and the friend will make $10. But it's people just are excited to tell their friends about this kind of thing. So as long as the deals keep funding quickly, we don't need to focus on that side of the marketplace as much. But it's, you always have to like inch it up. So at some point we'll reach an imbalance where there's more deal flow than users, and then we'll have to acquire more users. But right now, the big focus to grow for us is acquiring more businesses.
Awesome. Fascinating story. Incredible company. For our folks watching and listening that want to learn more, whether the investor side or the company side, where is the best place for them to go?
So kickfurther.com is our website. You can see a history of every deal we've ever done. And you'll also have the opportunity to create a user account, participate in new deals. As a business owner, you can go there and create a business account. Anybody can email me directly if you want to, david@kickfurther.com. You can find me on LinkedIn. And I don't know if you're going to have any contact info that goes out with this, so we'll put that in there as well. But I'm accessible. My team is accessible. We love to talk to anybody that's interested.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Fascinating interview. This has been Seth Green with David Koifman of Kickfurther.com. David, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Seth.
Thanks, everybody, for watching or listening. We'll talk to you next time.